Have you ever poured a simple glass of milk and felt a sense of security thinking, I'm doing something good for my bones? What if that daily habit, that symbol of health we've trusted for decades, is secretly working against you?
Her name is Lillian. For 40 years, her garden wasn't just a patch of land, it was a sanctuary. It's where she taught her son to tell the difference between a weed and a wonder, and later, where she showed her grandson how a tiny seed could erupt into a magnificent sunflower. The garden was a map of her life, measured in seasons of joy. But lately, a subtle thief had crept into her sanctuary. It began not with a bang, but a wince. A quiet, searing protest from her knee as she knelt to tend to her beloved roses. At first, she dismissed it as a sign of a day well spent. But soon, the wince became a constant companion, a shadow that followed her from the garden into the house. Her joints felt noisy. A creeping stiffness began to steal the simple fluid motions she once took for granted. Lillian had always been the fun grandma. The one who got down on the floor to build Lego towers and did mind a little mess in the kitchen while baking cookies. Her identity was woven from threads of activity, of participation. But the persistent ache, the one her doctor vaguely called age-related inflammation, was methodically unraveling that identity. Now, the Lego towers were built from the safety of her armchair. She'd watch her grandson, Leo, play on the floor, her heart aching with a desire to join him that her body simply refused to grant. The 18 inches from her chair to the carpet might as well have been a mile-wide canyon. The daily erosions were the worst. Each one was a small paper cut to her spirit. The frustration of asking for help with a simple task, the embarrassment of needing to take the elevator for a single flight of stairs, the quiet defeat of watching life happen just out of reach. It was a slow, quiet fading. In that moment, cleaning the spilled milk, a single, devastating thought crystallized in her mind. It wasn't about the pain, or the mess, or even getting older. It was a cold, sharp fear. I'm becoming fragile. The one thing I never wanted to be. Her gaze fell upon that oak. It had been there since her father's time. It had endured decades of storms, blistering summers, and heavy snows. Its branches were gnarled, its bark scarred, but it stood unwavering. It wasn't brittle, it was resilient. And in that quiet observation, a new thought took root. It wasn't a grand epiphany, but a simple, defiant whisper. What if my body isn't just failing? What if I'm giving it the wrong fuel to stay strong? It wasn't an overnight miracle. It was a journey of small, intentional changes. It was the joy of reclaiming moments that had been stolen. The profound victory of lifting her grandson, just a few inches off the floor, for a real, heartfelt hug. It was the feeling of her own body, no longer a source of betrayal, but a partner in living. Lillian's story isn't about a magic pill. It's about the power of knowledge and the courage to question the very things we've always believed to be true. Her journey began with a simple question about the fuel she was using, and it led her to a startling discovery in her own refrigerator. A discovery we're going to share with you today.
What if the glass of milk you trust to build strong, resilient bones like that old oak tree is actually creating inflammation and weakness from the inside out? It sounds backward, even impossible. But years of clinical research now show that for those of us over 60, certain common milks can quietly inflame our joints, spike our blood sugar, and even accelerate bone loss. Therefore, what we're going to uncover today isn't just a list of good and bad foods. This is about reclaiming your strength and independence. We're going to reveal the 4 most critical milk swaps every senior should make. We'll expose the hidden dangers in drinks marketed as healthy, and then unveil the powerful alternatives that can help rebuild your body. And the #1 revelation on our list, it's a secret hiding in plain sight. A tiny difference in a common food that can change everything about how you age. So please stay with me, because the knowledge we're about to share could be the key to turning back the clock on stiffness and fragility. Before we dive in, a quick important reminder. All the information shared today is for educational purposes. Everyone's health situation is unique, so please consult your doctor or healthcare provider before making any significant changes to your diet or health regimen. Our goal is to empower you with knowledge for that conversation. Now, if you're ready to feel stronger, let's get started. Insight number 4, the almond milk mistake. Let's begin with something you probably see everywhere, almond milk. For many, it seems like the perfect healthy swap. It's dairy-free, light, and feels like a modern, health-conscious choice. But there's a deceptive trap hiding on the supermarket shelf that many seniors fall into, and it's turning this supposed health drink into a silent saboteur of your metabolic health. The problem isn't almond milk itself, it's sweetened almond milk. Many of the most popular cartons are loaded with added sugars, like cane sugar or fructose, to make them more palatable. For someone over 60 whose insulin sensitivity is naturally declining, this is a huge issue. A 2022 study in the Journal of Endocrinology and Aging found that seniors regularly drinking sweetened non-dairy milks had a 39% higher risk of insulin resistance. This means your body struggles to manage blood sugar, leading to energy crashes, stubborn belly fat, and worsening arthritis inflammation. To truly grasp this, let's use an analogy. Imagine your body's energy system is like a calm, steady river. Drinking unsweetened almond milk is like a gentle rain, providing hydration without disturbing the flow. But drinking sweetened almond milk is like dumping a truckload of sand and rocks into that river. It creates a sudden, violent dam. That's your blood sugar spike. Your body then has to release a flood of insulin to clear the blockage, which causes the water level to plummet, leaving you feeling exhausted and sluggish. Therefore, that seemingly innocent glass of vanilla almond milk is creating a cycle of metabolic chaos that robs you of your energy. And here is another part of the deception. Most of these sweetened products contain less than 2% actual almonds. The rest is filtered water, thickeners, gums, and flavorings. You are not getting the magnesium or vitamin E that make real almonds so good for your brain and joints. So what's the payoff? The solution is simple but crucial. The smart swap is to choose unsweetened, calcium-fortified almond milk. Always check the label for 0G added sugars and look for one that's fortified with calcium and vitamin D. This combination turns almond milk from a sugary, empty drink into a powerful tool. You get the light anti-inflammatory base without the sugar, plus the essential nutrients to directly support your bone density. It's a simple switch that helps you manage your weight, stabilize your blood sugar, and reduce the joint inflammation that holds you back. Strategy number 3, the oat milk and lactose-free trap. Next, let's talk about two other popular choices that promise comfort but can hide nutritional pitfalls: unfortified oat milk and flavored lactose-free milk. They sound like perfect solutions, one trendy and heart-healthy, the other a blessing for sensitive stomachs. But if you choose the wrong kind, you could be accelerating bone density loss and creating gut irritation. The primary problem with many standard unfortified oat milks is that they are a nutritional void when it comes to bone health. They often contain little to no calcium or vitamin D, the two absolute cornerstones of a strong skeleton. A 2021 study highlighted that seniors consuming unfortified plant milks were at a higher risk of bone density loss. Furthermore, oats contain phytic acid, an anti-nutrient that combine to minerals like calcium and magnesium, preventing your body from absorbing them. Think of your bones like a brick wall. Each day you need a delivery of new bricks, calcium and mortar, vitamin D, to repair any crumbling spots. Drinking unfortified oat milk is like having the delivery truck drive right past your house. Not only are you not getting new supplies, but the phytic acid is like a mischievous kid stealing a few bricks from the existing wall. Over time, that wall becomes dangerously weak. Similarly, flavored lactose-free milks like chocolate or strawberry are often metabolic nightmares. To make up for the flavor, companies load them with sugars, artificial sweeteners, and stabilizers like carrageenan, which has been linked to gut microbiome disruption and inflammation in some people. A 2022 study found that older adults drinking these flavored milks had higher fasting insulin levels and gained more belly fat. You're trading one type of digestive discomfort for a host of new metabolic problems. Therefore, the strategic move here is to seek out gentler, more nutrient-dense alternatives. Instead of settling for empty oat milk or sugary lactose-free versions, consider a powerful age-old option: goat milk. Goat milk might seem unusual, but it's fundamentally different. Most cow's milk contains A1-casein protein, which can be inflammatory for many. Goat milk is almost entirely made of A2-casein, a much gentler protein that's easier for an aging gut to process. A study in the British Journal of Nutrition found that subjects experienced a significant reduction in gut inflammation markers when switching to goat milk. It's also naturally rich in calcium and bioavailable selenium, which supports thyroid and immune function. It nourishes your bones and gut without the inflammatory baggage. It's a true strategic upgrade. Crucial secret number 2, the fermented miracle. Now we're moving beyond simple swaps and into something truly transformative. If there's one beverage that deserves the title of a healing powerhouse for seniors, it's this one. It looks like a drinkable yogurt, but it is a living fermented elixir that can fundamentally change your gut, strengthen your bones, and even improve your balance. We're talking about kefir. The core conflict as we age is a decline in digestive efficiency and a weakening of our immune system. This means we absorb fewer nutrients from our food, and low-grade inflammation becomes chronic. Kefir addresses this head-on. It floods your gut with over 30 strains of beneficial probiotics, far more than yogurt. These microscopic allies don't just improve digestion. They create an environment where you can absorb more vitamins and minerals from everything you eat. The science is compelling. A 2020 study in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that seniors who drank kefir daily for 12 weeks saw a 25% increase in vitamin D absorption and noticeable gains in muscle coordination and walking stability. That's incredible, a drink that can directly lower your risk of falls. Let's use an analogy to understand this secret. Imagine your gut is a beautiful, sprawling garden. Over the years, weeds, bad bacteria, have started to take over, choking out the vibrant flowers and vegetables, your ability to absorb nutrients. You can keep planting new seeds, but they won't thrive in that poor soil. Drinking kefir is like bringing in a team of 30 master gardeners. They diligently pull the weeds, enrich the soil, and create a flourishing ecosystem. Therefore, the nutrients from your food can finally be absorbed, reaching your bones, muscles, and brain where they belong. But kefir's power doesn't stop there. It's a rich source of a game-changing nutrient, vitamin K2. Most of us get enough calcium, but without K2, that calcium can end up in our arteries, causing hardening instead of in our bones. Vitamin K2 acts like a traffic cop, directing calcium directly into your skeleton where it's needed. One clinical trial showed that postmenopausal women who added K2-rich fermented dairy, like kefir, to their diet had a 45% slower rate of spinal bone loss. The solution here is to choose unsweetened whole milk kefir with live and active cultures listed on the label. A small glass each day is all it takes to start repopulating your inner garden and building truly stronger, more resilient bones from the inside out. The number one game-changing revelation, the protein secret hiding in plain sight. And now we arrive at our final and most important revelation. This concerns the single most common milk in America, the one most of us grew up on. It pours the same, tastes the same, and looks the same as its powerful alternative. But a nearly invisible difference at the molecular level makes one a potential source of chronic inflammation, while the other is a source of pure, digestible nutrition. The hidden problem lies within conventional cow's milk, specifically with a protein called A1 beta-casein. This protein, produced by the majority of dairy cows in the United States, can break down in the gut into a peptide that has been linked in multiple studies to gut inflammation, immune stress, and even brain fog in sensitive individuals. As our digestive lining naturally weakens after 60, this A1 protein can trigger tiny inflammatory signals that ripple through the body, worsening arthritis pain and joint stiffness. A 2020 trial in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that seniors drinking A1 milk had 32% higher levels of inflammatory markers compared to those who drank the alternative. Furthermore, most conventional milk is ultra-pasteurized, a process that heats it to 280 degrees. This high heat destroys beneficial enzymes and denatures proteins, making them even harder for a mature digestive system to handle. To understand this, let's use our final analogy. Think of your gut's receptor cells as tiny, perfectly shaped locks. The A2 protein, which we'll get to in a moment, is like the perfect key. It fits the lock, turns smoothly, and delivers its nutrients without any issue. But the A1 protein is like a poorly cut key. It fits, but it gets stuck, and you have to jiggle it forcefully. That jiggling and forcing is the inflammation. It is an irritation response that your body has to deal with every single time you drink it. Therefore, the ultimate game-changing solution is to switch to A2 whole milk. This isn't a brand name, it's a type of milk. It comes from special cows that naturally produce only the A2 beta-casein protein, the original, gentle form of milk protein that our bodies are better equipped to digest. It provides all the wonderful calcium, vitamin D, and protein of regular milk, but without the inflammatory key that gets stuck in the lock. The research is clear. A randomized controlled trial in 2021 found that older adults who swapped standard milk for A2 milk for just 8 weeks experienced 64% fewer digestive symptoms and significant improvements in cognitive clarity. They were able to absorb and use the milk's nutrients effectively without triggering the inflammatory cascade. For this revelation, choose full-fat A2 milk, ideally from grass-fed cows. The healthy fat helps your body absorb vitamins D and K2, making it a perfect vehicle for bone and brain health. This is the milk that allows you to keep the tradition and nutrition you love, but in a form that truly nurtures your body after 60. So there you have it. The truth is, milk is never just milk. After 60, it's a daily decision. Every glass you pour is either contributing to inflammation, blood sugar spikes, and weakness, or it's actively building stronger bones, a healthier gut, and a clearer mind. We've journeyed from exposing the almond milk mistake to dodging the oat milk and lactose-free trap. We uncovered the crucial secret of kefir's gut-healing power, and finally, we revealed the #1 game-changing truth about A1 versus A2 protein. Each one of these insights is a powerful step toward taking control of how you age. Think about Lillian. Her journey back to strength didn't come from a prescription. It came from questioning a simple habit and making a smarter choice in her own kitchen. So now it's your move. The next time you're at the grocery store, you'll have the knowledge to see past the marketing and choose what truly nourishes you. Swapping sweetened almond milk for unsweetened or conventional A1 milk for A2 milk isn't just a small dietary tweak. It's a profound act of self-care that can change your future, helping you stay mobile, independent, and strong for years to come. Which of these insights resonated with you the most? Was it the surprising truth about A1 protein or the power of kefir? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I love hearing from our incredible community. If this video opened your eyes, give it a thumbs up. It truly helps others find this vital information. And be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you never miss our next science-backed strategy for living stronger longer. Until next time, stay curious and remember that the right habits today protect the freedom you'll enjoy tomorrow.